Only You Satisfy. Devotional Series, Episode 15. We have come a long way to get to 3 words. Through the hollow, carried under summer light, and the night learning all our names for need. Through the shimmer chased, and the lantern followed, and the roses offered to things that could not hold them. Through the windowpane, and the desperate declarations, and the tears that are the blood of the heart. Through the glass broken, and the numbness washed, and the heartbeat laid over ours, and the restless bones finally taught to sing. All of it, every episode, every honest confession, every lyric slowly opened and walked through. All of it was always moving toward this. 3 words, only you satisfy. There is nothing complicated here anymore. There doesn't need to be. The journey did its work. The false things have been named and released and mourned and left behind. The bridge has broken what needed breaking and washed what needed washing and restored what the years of reaching wore away. And what remains on the other side of all of it, in the quiet after everything, is this: Him, just Him. The first time these words are sung, they arrive as a rejection of everything that promised and couldn't deliver, of every shimmer that caught the light and led nowhere lasting, of every glow called a flame that only burned the reaching, of every rose offered to insufficient things, and every declaration made out of desperation rather than truth. All of it, the perfume and the lantern and the windowpane and the swearing that this must be love for me. All of it measured against these 3 words and found to be what it always was: not enough, never designed to be enough. Only you satisfy. The only is not a limitation. It is a liberation. The narrowing of the whole exhausting, misdirected, shimmer-chasing search down to the one answer that was always there, always true, always waiting to be named. The relief of finally stopping the looking. The exhale of a heart that has been reaching for so long it forgot what it felt like to simply rest in what it found. And then the words come again. Only you satisfy. This time, not rejection, but declaration. Not the closing of every wrong door, but the stepping fully through the right one. Not what God is not, but who He is, what He does, what He has always been to the heart that finally knows where it belongs. Jesus said it plainly, and it was always true. I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:6. Not a way among many, not a truth among competing options, not a life to be weighed against other lives and found marginally preferable. The way, the truth, the life. The only. The satisfaction that does not fade in the morning, does not require the return trip to the well, does not escalate into something worse when the temporary relief wears off. The reward of a life that sought Jesus, truly sought Him, through all the wandering and the returning and the failing and the finding again, is Jesus. Not a prize He gives, not a destination He leads to and then steps back from. Him. His presence, His love, His specific, personal, never giving up knowledge of exactly who we are and exactly what we need and exactly how much He is willing to give to make sure we have it. We are never left with regret by God, never left wanting in the way the world leaves us wanting, never left looking for what comes next, what might finally be enough, what we have not yet tried. He is all of it. He always was, and He always will be. Forever. What does it feel like when your heart stirs and yet stills at the same time? What is it like to close your eyes, knowing your failures, knowing your sin, knowing every shimmer you chased and every rose you offered to something that wasn't Him, and know, in the quiet, that He loves you just the same, that nothing you have done has moved Him 1 inch from where He always stood, which was close, which was toward you, which was with open arms. Tell us about the disappointment, the moment life did not deliver what you needed, what you hoped for, what you had every reason to expect. And tell us how God met you there, how He let you know, not always immediately, not always loudly, but truly and certainly that it will be okay, that He will make it right, that nothing is wasted and nothing is lost, and the end of the story is already written, and it is good. Tell us how He satisfied you, because this series has been one voice, one honest walk through one expression of what it means to long and reach and wander and be found. But there are as many versions of this story as there are people who lived it, and your version matters. Your testimony matters. The specific, unrepeatable way that God met your specific, unrepeatable heart, that matters. Comment below. Let us hear it. Let the community that walked through this together be the community that testifies together. Only you satisfy. Tell us how you know that to be true.
Just beyond my reach, address my needs.